What happens when the world's most beloved idol faces a health crisis that seems never-ending? For fans of BTS's Jungkook, the answer is a whirlwind of fear, heartbreak, and unanswered questions. Just when it seemed like Jungkook was on the road to recovery after his recent food poisoning ordeal, the Golden Magne has been hospitalized once again, this time at a military hospital in South Korea. The reason? A relapse of his chronic rhinitis, a condition that has plagued him for years. But here's the shocking twist. This isn't just about rhinitis. Jungkook's body is still recovering from the severe food poisoning that nearly took his life just weeks ago. How much more can Jungkook endure? And will he ever be able to return to the stage that he has lit up for so many years? The story begins with a glimmer of hope. After being hospitalized for severe food poisoning, Jungkook had been making slow but steady progress. Fans were relieved to hear that he was recovering, even if it meant he had to take a step back from his military duties. But in a cruel twist of fate, Jungkook's chronic rhinitis flared up, forcing him to be admitted to a military hospital for specialized care. The timing couldn't be worse. Jungkook's body is still weak from the food poisoning, and the added strain of rhinitis has left him in a fragile state. Doctors are reportedly monitoring him around the clock, but the road to recovery is long and uncertain. What makes this situation even more heartbreaking is the emotional toll it's taking on Jungkook and those who love him. The army, BTS members, and Jungkook's family are all grappling with the fear that his health may never fully recover. It's like he can't catch a break, one fan tweeted. First the food poisoning, now this. When will it end? As the world watches and waits, one thing is clear. Jungkook's journey is far from over. But the question remains, will he ever be the same again? The shocking news of Jungkook's latest hospitalization first broke on a quiet Friday afternoon, sending shockwaves through the army community. Initial reports were vague, citing only that Jungkook had been admitted to a military hospital due to health complications. But as the hours passed, more details began to emerge, painting a grim picture of the situation. It all started with Jungkook's battle with severe food poisoning, a life-threatening ordeal that left him hospitalized for weeks. Fans were relieved when he was finally discharged, believing that the worst was behind him. But just as he began to regain his strength, Jungkook's chronic rhinitis flared up, forcing him to be admitted to a military hospital for specialized care. The timing couldn't be worse. Jungkook's body is still weak from the food poisoning, and the added strain of rhinitis has left him in a fragile state. Doctors are reportedly monitoring him around the clock, but the road to recovery is long and uncertain. What makes this situation even more heartbreaking is the emotional toll it's taking on Jungkook and those who love him. The army, BTS members, and Jungkook's family are all grappling with the fear that his health may never fully recover. It's like he can't catch a break, one fan tweeted. First the food poisoning, now this. When will it end? As the days turn into weeks, the army continues to rally behind Jungkook, flooding social media with messages of love and support. Hashtags like #StayStrongJungkook and #WeLoveYouJungkook have trended worldwide, a testament to the global impact of the BTS star. But the question remains, what does the future hold for Jungkook? Will he be able to make a full recovery and return to the stage, or will this incident mark a turning point in his life and career? Only time will tell. For now, the world watches and waits, holding on to hope that Jungkook will emerge from this ordeal stronger than ever. The emotional toll of Jungkook's latest hospitalization cannot be overstated. For fans, the news has been nothing short of devastating. Jungkook is not just a performer. He is a source of inspiration, joy, and comfort for millions around the world. The thought of him suffering is almost too much to bear. Social media has been flooded with heartfelt messages from fans, many of whom have shared personal stories of how Jungkook and BTS have impacted their lives. Jungkook's music got me through some of my darkest days, one fan wrote. Now, it's our turn to be there for him. The BTS members themselves have remained relatively quiet, likely out of respect for Jungkook's privacy. However, insiders suggest that they are deeply affected by the situation and are doing everything in their power to support their bandmate. Jungkook's family has also been by his side throughout the ordeal, providing the love and support he needs during this challenging time. Their presence has been a source of comfort for fans, who take solace in knowing that Jungkook is surrounded by people who care deeply for him. As the world continues to follow Jungkook's journey, one thing is clear: the road ahead will not be easy. But if there's one thing the army knows, it's that Jungkook is a fighter. He has faced challenges before and emerged stronger each time. The hope is that this time will be no different. With the best medical care in the world and the unwavering support of his fans, family, and bandmates, Jungkook has everything he needs to overcome this hurdle. But the question remains, will he? Only time will tell. For now, the world watches, waits, and prays for the day when Jungkook can once again grace the stage with his presence, his voice, and his unforgettable smile. Jungkook's latest hospitalization is a stark reminder of the fragility of life and the unexpected challenges that can arise at any moment. But it is also a story of hope, resilience, and the power of love. As the army continues to rally behind their beloved idol, one thing is certain: Jungkook is not alone in this fight. He has the support of millions around the world, all of whom are rooting for his recovery. The road ahead may be long and uncertain, but if there's one thing we know about Jungkook, it's that he is a fighter. And with the love and support of his fans, family, and bandmates, there is no doubt that he will emerge from this ordeal stronger than ever. So, as we continue to follow this developing story, let us hold on to hope. Let us believe in the power of love, resilience, and the human spirit. And let us pray for the day when Jungkook can once again light up the world with his presence. Until then, we wait, we hope, and we believe. Because if there's one thing the army knows, it's that Jungkook is worth fighting for. Why is Jungkook back in the hospital? Is his condition worse than what was initially reported? Could this be a serious health setback that will keep him away from the public eye even longer? These are the burning questions that have left fans around the world in a state of worry and speculation. The global superstar, who had just begun returning to his military duties after an intense period of medical recovery, has once again been admitted to the hospital, this time a military hospital in South Korea. Reports indicate that Jungkook's health took a sudden turn for the worse due to a combination of his chronic rhinitis and the lingering effects of a recent case of food poisoning. The news has sent shockwaves through the fandom, leaving many to wonder if his condition is more critical than initially disclosed. Just when the world thought Jungkook was on his way to a full recovery, the unexpected happened. He had been steadily regaining his strength, even making brief public appearances that reassured fans of his well-being. But those close to the situation reveal that his health had been far from stable. While he had pushed himself to resume military training, his body had yet to fully recover from the medical ordeal he had recently endured. Insiders report that Jungkook had been experiencing persistent fatigue, dizziness, and difficulty breathing in the past few days. Initially, he chose to ignore the symptoms, brushing them off as minor issues. However, things took a turn for the worse when he reportedly collapsed during a routine health checkup at his military base. Medical personnel on-site rushed to his aid, and after assessing his condition, he was immediately transferred to the military hospital for urgent treatment. The underlying cause? A relapse of his chronic rhinitis, exacerbated by the lingering effects of food poisoning. The combination of these health issues had left him severely weakened, making it impossible for him to continue with his duties.